Talking with the Superintendent of School District 1, Mark Thane, and looks like you got a little bit of good news with preliminary numbers.
We're encouraged. Certainly it's early, but sizable lead on the yes votes for the Cold Spring site selection.
Now, the whole idea about this is you weren't asking the voters to approve this. It had already been approved, right?
We already had the funding in place for both construction of the school as well as acquisition of the property. State statute, however, requires that you identify by a legal description or an address the property that you're contemplating building a facility upon. And since we hadn't completed negotiations with the owners at the time we ran the 2015 bond issue, we needed to come back before the electorate and give them the specific site and have them either affirm or reject that site.
So what is the selling price?
The way the option language was drafted was $500,000 or the appraised property value, the lesser of which would be the purchase price. The property appraised at $570,000, so we'll exercise our option contingent upon an outcome that's favorable to purchase for $500,000.
All right, and tell me the schedule of when you'll start planning and construction and when will kids start going to school then?
We actually, at the school board meeting about 2 hours ago, approved hiring the architect contingent upon a successful election. We will anticipate going through design development over the course of the next few months, begin construction sometime during the summer of 2017, target occupancy for August of 2018.
Okay, so how big is the school going to be and how many kids?
We'll target a population of approximately 500 students. We will, I think, develop plans that will have the capacity to be expanded. Right now we conceive that 500 students is about as large as we would like an elementary school to be. However, we recognize in the future other school boards or the community may want to have a larger school, so we need to plan with the capability of expanding.
Now, living in the area and having relatives that are going to be like a block and a half from where the school is, they're very concerned about that Miller Creek roundabout being an absolute nightmare every morning before school. Will there be any plans to another access egress point?
Actually, that's an excellent question. It's one that's been raised by a number of community members. Right now, about 60% of the students that attend the current Cold Spring School travel through that roundabout from Linda Vista or Miller Creek in order to access the school site. So we'll essentially be flipping that. Now 60% of those students will stay home in their neighborhood. It's a little difficult to say that will reduce traffic through the roundabout because we assume many of those parents will continue through the roundabout to go to work. But we do understand that it's a bit of a concern with only one egress from the site. I know that there's been discussion with the city about the fact that the roundabout was conceived with the potential to actually be 2 lanes through the roundabout. I know there's been discussion previously of the potential of a bridge across the Bitterroot River, but at this point those conversations seem to be pretty quiet.